After more than 30 years in Congress, 91-year-old Ralph Hall lost his seat in the 4th Congressional District to a man who says he won't serve more than 8 years if the voters let him stay there for that long.
John Ratcliffe is a former U.S. attorney, also former mayor of Heath near Rockwall. Fox Sports' Phil Alvarado talked with Ratcliffe today after his victory. Phil, a lot of people excited last night, but I know a lot of people were surprised as well.
Yeah, Heather and I asked John Ratcliffe if he was surprised. He says he knew he had a chance, as it was more than just a hunch. He'd seen Ralph Hall's numbers dropping in recent elections, and Ratcliffe shares many of the conservative values that brought him some very valuable Tea Party support. Ratcliffe's celebration last night is, in essence, his victory celebration since he is unopposed in November.
All right, getting lots of votes for us?
The Washington spotlight is shining brightly on John Ratcliffe, whose political flair blindsided the campaign of 91-year-old Ralph Hall, going for an 18th term in Congress.
It was kind of our motto throughout a long campaign.
The words Ronald Reagan kept on his desk ring true for Ratcliffe. Ratcliffe says feeling the Hall campaign didn't see the threat, it played into his strategy, jumping into the race on the deadline, campaigning hard at the end.
I've been here and I've been in every county. In the last week that I had, I was in every courthouse in this district. I outworked him, but I didn't outvote him.
But it was always going to be a very close race.
Ratcliffe won by 2 percentage points. SMU political science professor Cal Gilson says it could have just as easily gone to Ralph Hall.
If he had fundraised earlier and ran a little bit harder.
Ratcliffe's campaign says he spent $1 million, more than half of that his own money, the rest from political PACs.
And those groups coming in and supporting us and in some cases making independent expenditures really benefited the campaign. There's no question about that.
The big question, would the campaign bring up Hall's age? Ratcliffe says he did after voters brought it up to him.
There are folks like me that think that Congressman Hall had been there too long. There are others that think maybe serving in your 90s isn't a good idea. And there were other folks that just wanted to send a message to Washington about change and about being against the anti-establishment.
Ratcliffe's desk is covered with notes from dozens of media interviews just in the hours after the win that not everyone expected.
I think they took me lightly. I think they sort of, the road is littered with, the corpses of people that said they could be Ralph Hall.
Phil Alvarado, Fox 4 News.